lemma 2, which will be helpful for proving fundamental theorem of finite abelian groups. So previous class we have studied lemma 1. So now lemma 2. The statement, let G be an abelian group of prime power order. Suppose that G is an abelian group and order of G equal to p raised to some n. And let A be an element of maximum order in G. Take an element which is of maximum order in G. Then you can write G as the internal direct product of cyclic group generated by A and K, where K is x belongs to G such that x raised to n equal to E. Okay, this n is if it satisfies x square for any positive integer n, that is x square equal to E, x cube equal to E, anything. Satisfy such condition, then the collection of all elements satisfying the condition x raised to n equal to E belongs to the group K. You will be familiar with this group which we discussed in lemma 1. Okay. So our aim is to write G as the internal direct product of this two cyclic group generated by A cross K, where A is an element of maximum order in G. Now we move to proof. Suppose that order of G is p raised to n. Because G is a finite group and it is of order some prime power, let it be p raised to n. We are using mathematical induction to prove this result. Now suppose that n equal to 1. When n equal to 1, order of G is p. Group of prime is a group of prime power order is cyclic. So G can be written as cyclic group generated by A. So it is obviously true. Then G equal to G can be written as internal direct product of cyclic group generated by A, internal direct product cyclic group generated by E, because E satisfies the condition E square equal to E cube equal to E. So E raised to n equal to E. So we can write G as internal direct product of these two subgroups. Okay. So the result is obviously true when P is a prime number. So sorry, order of G equal to P. Now we are assuming that the result is true for all abelian groups of order p raised to k, where the value of k is less than 1. Now we have to prove the result when value of k equal to n. So even if you remember greedy algorithm, we can take an element of maximum order from the group G. Okay, just to memorize. Only I told you like this. Okay. So G is a group. There will be, as is a finite group, and there are elements. Choose an element of maximum order, because every element is of some prime power order, because order of an element divides the order of a group. So since the group's order is prime power p raised to n, order of A should divide p raised to n, that is prime power. So what are the possibilities of p raised to n? That is order of A can be 1, p square, p cube, etc. p raised to n minus 1. So all will be in some power of p. So among all the elements of G, choose an element of maximum order. Let the order of A will be surely prime power order. Let it be p raised to m. Okay. Then x raised to p raised to m is E for every x belongs to G, because it is the maximum order, because maximum order of an element in G is p raised to m. So look at this, if x divides p raised to n, then order of x can be p square, non-identity element. Take x to be non-identity element, then order of x can be p square, etc. p raised to m. If order of x is p raised to m, then x raised to p raised to m equal to E. If order of x is p, then x raised to p equal to E. X raised to p is E implies x raised to p raised to m is also E. So in that way, for every x belongs to G, x raised to p raised to m is identity. Now let us assume that G is not equal to cyclic group generated by A. If G equal to cyclic group generated by A, then what happens? G can be written as cyclic group generated by A, internal direct product cyclic group generated by E. So the result is over. So now let us assume that what happens. Let us find what happened when G not equal to cyclic group generated by A. So we have cyclic group generated by A. Take an element in, let B be a smallest order such that B does not belongs to cyclic group generated A. Put it as some equation 1. So now you had to choose B. We had to choose B in such a way that B is not an element of cyclic group generated by A. Okay. Now our claim is the intersection between these, the relation between these two cyclic groups, that is cyclic group generated by A intersection cyclic group generated by B. Look at this. This is nothing but identity. How we can prove that? Look here. Now order of B raised to P. Suppose that order of A equal to n, then order of A raised to k is, we have result like this, n divided by GCD of n comma k. So order of B raised to P is order of B raised to P divided by GCD of order of B comma P. So what is GCD of order of B comma P? Because B is an element of G. Every element in G is of some prime power order. Non-identity element in G is order of B can be, that is P, P square, P cube, etc. Okay. So GCD of some P power comma P, that will be surely P. So GCD of order of B comma P is P. So order of B raised to P is nothing but order of B by order of P. That is, order of B raised to P is less than order of P. Okay. So what happens if B raised to P belongs to does not belongs to cyclic group generated by A? If this B, we have already B does not belongs to cyclic group generated by A. If the power of B, that is B raised to P, does not belongs to cyclic group generated by A, and we also know that order of B raised to P is less than order of B. So we have choose B in such a way that it is the smallest order, such that B does not belongs to cyclic group generated by A. So we will get a contradiction to 1. So this is not possible. So B raised to P belongs to cyclic group generated by A. So B raised to P can be written as some A to the power I. So we know that x raised to P raised to M. Look at this. X raised to P raised to M equal to E for every x belongs to G. So B belongs to G, so it is true for B too. So B raised to B to the power P raised to M is also E. E equal to B raised to P raised to M. Let's arrange this. B raised to P whole raised to P raised to M minus 1. B raised to P is nothing but A raised to I whole raised to P raised to M minus 1. So what you got? A raised to I to the power P raised to M minus 1 equal to E. So what is the possibility for order of A raised to I? It can be P raised to M minus 1 or less than P raised to M minus 1. So what about the order of A? Order of A is but P raised to M. So surely A raised to I cannot generate A. AI raised to I is not a generator of cyclic group generated by A. So we have another result like this. Cyclic group generated by A is equal to cyclic group generated by A to the power I if and only if GCD of order of A comma I equal to N. So here, since AI is not a generator of cyclic group generated by A, we can say that GCD of order of A comma I is not equal to 1. So sorry, here it is 1. GCD of order of A comma I equal to 1. Okay. So GCD of order of A comma I is not equal to 1. So GC order of A is P raised to M. So GCD of P raised to M comma I not equal to 1. So there is a common divisor. So P divides I, P raised to M and I common, there is another common divisor, means that much, surely that will be P. Okay, can be greater than P, P square, okay, all possibilities are there, but surely P divides I. So we can write I as P into J. I equal to P into J. Okay, then B raised to P. We have taken B raised to P as A raised to I. So this is A raised to P into J. Now take an element C such that C equal to A raised to minus J into B. A raised to minus J into B. Okay. If this C belongs to cyclic group generated by A, that is C belongs to cyclic group generated by A, means A raised to minus J into B belongs to cyclic group generated by A, because cyclic group generated by A is a group. It's a group. So it should satisfy closure property. So if B, for that B will automatically an element of cyclic group generated by A. So if C belongs to cyclic group generated by A, then B belongs to cyclic group generated by A, which is not so. So C is not an element of cyclic group generated by A. Now you consider C raised to P, which is equal to A raised to minus J into B whole raised to P. You just arrange that A raised to minus J P into B raised to P, which is equal to P into J is nothing but I. So A raised to minus I into P, sorry, A raised to minus I into B raised to P. So we again here are arranging A raised to I is B raised to P. So A raised to minus I is B raised to minus P. So B raised to minus P into B raised to P, which is nothing but identity. So what you got? C raised to P as identity. Now C is not an element of cyclic group generated by P, and C raised to P is identity. And also what we have choose B to be, it is the element or smallest order which does not belongs to cyclic group generated by A. So from these two things, what we can conclude, B is also have same order of C, that is order of B is also P. Okay. Now take an element C belongs to cyclic group generated by A intersection cyclic group generated by B. So C belongs to both of these cyclic groups. C belongs to cyclic group generated by B and order of B is P. So C is an element of B and order of B is P. What you can say? So cyclic group generated by C is same as cyclic group generated by B. That is, C is a generator of cyclic group generated by B. So you can write B as C raised to I. So you can write B as C raised to I. So B belongs to cyclic group generated by A, which is a contradiction because we have taken B is not an element of cyclic group generated by A. So if you take an element C belongs to cyclic group generated by A, intersection cyclic group generated by B, we get cyclic group generated by A, intersection cyclic group generated by B is as identity. If C belongs to cyclic group generated by A, intersection cyclic group generated by B, then we get a contradiction. So there is no element common to this other than identity. Okay. Now first we have proved claim 2. Now we consider the factor group G bar. G by cyclic group generated by B. G by cyclic group generated by B, the elements of the form X into cyclic group generated by B, where X belongs to G. And for our purpose, we write X into cyclic group generated by B as X bar. We denote like this in G bar. Okay, take an element X bar as X into cyclic group generated by, we are using smaller notation. X bar means X into cyclic group generated by B. Coset. X bar is nothing but a coset element in G bar. G bar is the collection of all coset. Is that? Okay. Now we had to find the elements, order of elements. Now if order of A bar, what are the possibilities of order of A bar? order of A bar is nothing but, what is that order of A? Okay, A bar is A into cyclic group generated by B. Okay. So order of B is, what is order of B? It is P. So what is the possibility for order of A bar? It is A into B raised to P. Okay. So what is the order of A? P raised to M. Okay. So if we think that order of A bar, because we are we are taking A bar from A, so and order of A, we have chosen order of A to be maximum, that is P raised to M. So order of A bar cannot be more than that. So it can be P raised to M or can be less than P raised to M. So if we choose order of A bar is less than P raised to M, okay, then A bar raised to P raised to M minus 1 equal to E bar. E bar is the identity element in G by cyclic group generated by B bar. That is, E bar is nothing but identity in G bar is cyclic group generated by B. Okay. A bar raised to P raised to M minus 1 is E because order of A bar is less than P raised to M minus 1. Then what are the possibilities of order of A bar? It can be P, P square, P cube, etc. P raised to M minus 1. If order of A bar is P, then order of if A bar raised to P is identity, then A bar raised to P raised to M minus 1 is also identity. Likewise, surely A bar raised to P raised to M minus 1 is identity in G bar. Identity in G bar is B bar. Okay. You can write like this. So what is A bar? A coset A into cyclic group generated by B whole raised to P raised to M minus 1 is equal to cyclic group generated by B. Now, you can, this is coset, the binary operation is coset is defined to be like this. A raised to P raised to M minus 1 into cyclic group generated by B equal to cyclic group generated by B. P bar is a subgroup of G. So, we have the result H equal to H if and only if A belongs to H. Okay. And also A, okay. Also A raised to P raised to M minus 1 belongs to cyclic group generated by B. Now, we can write no need of to write all these things. From this itself is we can write A raised to P raised to M minus 1 belongs to cyclic group generated by B. Also cyclic group generated by A raised to P raised to minus A raised to P raised to M minus 1 belongs to cyclic group generated by A. So that A raised to P raised to M minus 1 belongs to cyclic group generated by A intersection cyclic group generated by B. This is nothing but identity we have shown in claim 2. So this element, what will be this? A raised to P to the power M minus 1 is equal to identity. But what is the order of A? It is P raised to M, and P raised to M minus 1 is less than P raised to M. Okay, which is a contradiction to the fact that order of A equal to P raised to M. So we have arrived this contradiction because we have taken that order of A bar is less than P raised to M. So order of A bar must be equal to P raised to M. Order of A bar is same as order of A, which is equal to P raised to M. So in this way, we can say that A bar is an element of maximum order in G bar. A is an element of B maximum order in G bar, and that order is P raised to M. This element A bar is also having that order P raised to M. So we can say that it is the element of maximum order in G bar. Now, order of G bar is order of G by cyclic group generated by B. We have assumed that we have to prove the result is true for n. So assume so that I have written here as p raised to n. Otherwise also you can think order of G bar is less than order of G by P. So order of G bar is less than order of G, and A bar is an element of maximum order in G. So look at the hypothesis. By induction we can write as G bar as the internal direct product of cyclic group generated by A bar cross K bar, where K bar is a subgroup of G bar, because G bar is an element of G bar is a group of prime power order, and which is order of this one is less than p raised to n order of G, which is less than order of G bar is less than order of G, and we have got an element A bar of maximum order in G bar. So by our induction hypothesis we can write G bar as cyclic group generated by A bar cross K bar, because K bar is a subgroup of G bar. K bar is the collection of cosets. Okay. Now let's define K from K bar. X bar belongs to K bar. Take such elements X belongs to G. That is, X bar belongs to K bar means X into cyclic group generated by B belongs to K bar. So there will be some X corresponding to this. Okay. Take this X belongs to K. Okay. These are the elements of K. If X bar belongs to K bar, then the corresponding X will be an element of K. Okay. Now we will prove that cyclic group generated by A intersection K is equal to identity. So if X, for that you take an element X belongs to cyclic group generated by A intersection K. Then X belongs to cyclic group generated by A and X belongs to K. X bar is X into cyclic group generated by B. Okay. What is X is an element of cyclic group generated by A. So X can be written as some power of A. So A raised to I into cyclic group generated by B. A raised to I into cyclic group generated by this will be an element of cyclic group generated by A bar. Okay. A bar is A into cyclic group generated by B. Okay. So this will be an element of cyclic group generated by A bar. Also X bar, we have take X to be K. So X bar is an element of K bar. So X bar is an element of cyclic group generated by A bar and K bar. But cyclic group generated by A bar intersection K bar is identity E bar, that is cyclic group generated by B, because we had write G bar as the internal direct product of this A bar and K bar. So from the property of internal direct product, their intersection is identity. So it is cyclic group generated by B. So X into cyclic group generated by B belongs to cyclic group generated by B. X bar belongs to cyclic group generated by B. X bar is nothing but X into cyclic group generated by B belongs to cyclic group generated by B. So again X belongs to cyclic group generated by B. H equal to H if and only if A belongs to H. So X belongs to cyclic group generated by A and also cyclic group generated by B, their intersection. So X is, we know that cyclic group generated by A intersection cyclic group generated by B is identity. We have shown previously, we have shown that. So this is X is nothing but E. So what you got? Cyclic group generated by A intersection K is identity. Cyclic group generated by A intersection cyclic group generated by A intersection K is identity. So what you should prove, you should keep this in mind. You had to prove that G is G can be written as the internal direct product of this A. We have chosen A to be the element of maximum order and K. Okay, this is our aim. So internal direct product, for to prove that internal direct product, we first condition you had to prove cyclic group generated by A intersection K is identity. Now we have shown that, and now by order argument, this we can show that the order of this order of G and order of this order of cyclic group generated by A K. First condition, you have to show that G equal to intersection, sorry, K. Second condition, cyclic group generated by A intersection K is identity. Now we have shown two. Second one is also true. We can say that if the order of this order of G is same as order of G cyclic group generated by A, so number of elements are same, so we can write G as cyclic group generated by A and internal direct product of cyclic group generated by A and K. So now look at this, order of cyclic group generated by A into K is how you can write order of HK, order of H into order of K divided by order of H intersection K. Likewise, order of cyclic group generated by A into order of K divided by order of cyclic group generated by, order of cyclic group generated by A intersection K. Now we have proved that denominator is identity, so its order is 1. Now order of an element and order of its cyclic subgroup generated is same. So order of cyclic group generated by A bar is same as order of A. So this is nothing but order of A into order of K divided by 1. This is same, order of A is same as order of A bar and order of K is same as order of K bar into P, because let X belongs to K bar. That is, X bar is of the form X coset. X bar is coset, it is of the form X into cyclic group generated by B. So order of, what is order of B bar? B bar is P. So order of the coset X into cyclic group generated by B, the coset order will be also P. So for X bar belongs to K bar, you will get P elements X in K. So order of K is nothing but P into order of K bar. So we can write order of K as order of K bar into P. Now order of A bar into order of K, that is from previous we have shown that G bar is equal to internal direct product of A bar and K bar. Okay, so order of A bar into order of K bar is order of G bar. So order of G bar into P, so order of G bar into P is nothing but order of G, because order of G by P is order of G bar. So order of G bar into P is order of G. So G can be written as cyclic group generated by A into K from G equal to HK. So G is the internal direct product of A cyclic group generated by A and K, where A is an element of maximum order in G.